Hi, my name is Steffi Drucker, and this is my video editing statement for the second project in my multimedia reporting class, People, Places, and Things. So my goal for this assignment was to capture what life on the University of Illinois campus is like by capturing images and sounds of its people, places, and things. For people, we were asked to do a portrait, and so I did a portrait of my friend Abby Lapata. She's a sophomore in kinesiology in the College of Applied Health Science, and I found her at Illini Hillel, which is one of her favorite places to be on campus. For the audio, we had to record what her favorite thing is, so she told me a little bit about going home from school to spend time with her family. She really enjoys doing that because she knows it's always going to be a good time and it's a great way to de-stress. The picture of Abby, I like how I compose that because it complies with the rule of thirds in terms of composition. And I think that it's got an interesting angle or leading line, the way the wall kind of extends back behind her. And even though the background is very plain, I thought it worked well in this photo because green is this shade of green is pretty close to yellow, which is a complement to purple. And so her standing against this, light green wall kind of made her pop and stand out. I also liked how the lights kind of glow behind her. I just thought that looked really interesting. For the moment between two people, I went to the ice arena and saw some people playing broomball. So I couldn't decide. There were so many really great photos. If you want to capture a moment between two people, sports, covering sporting events is a great way to do that. And I couldn't decide which one I like better, so I picked two photos for that. I've got a girl and a boy fighting over a ball, fighting for possession over the ball, and you can kind of see the concentration and intensity on each of their faces. And then I've got teammates sharing a celebratory high five after a goal, or one of them is actually kind of laughing and holding his head and walking away. So yeah, there were so many great shots from that, but I thought that these two really stood out, again, because of the composition, where the people were positioned in the photos. For places, we were supposed to take a photo of a place with an interesting angle or lighting. I went to an apartment building on Green Street that is kind of an interesting structure, I guess, because you walk up the steps, anybody can walk up in there, but it's not completely enclosed, I would say, because there are those steps and then there's another entrance or exit on the side, but all the apartments are exposed to the elements somewhat, their doors are. Anyway, I thought it looked cool. They have a skylight in there, so I thought that structure alone was interesting, but then when I took the photo, I noticed how you get kind of the glow of the natural light coming through the skylight, but you also get the yellowish, goldish glow of the lights in the hallway. And I also liked, obviously there's a good meeting point or angle here of the railings in the hallway. There's a lot of different ways that your eye can go with this. You can either follow the leading lines up towards the skylight or follow them in towards the corner, so I thought this was an interesting photo. For thing, I took a photo of this Dalmatian. It's actually supposed to be a lawn ornament, but I really like it, and so it's in my room. I took a close-up of the dog, and I just really like how it looks. You get the definition on the face, and then as you kind of look back over its body, it gets blurry. Then I took a shot from the side, so you could see kind of how the dog looks overall. And another shot standing on the ground and kind of looking up at it. So this definitely taught me that objects look very different depending on how you look at it. And then for audio, we had to capture the sound of nature, civilization, and something that makes noise. So for nature, I sort of struggled coming up with an idea at first because it's winter, so there's not very many birds chirping or fountains running. Snow doesn't really make noise unless it's frozen and you step on it. So I recorded the sound of snow crunching underfoot. and something about that sound is just uniquely satisfying. Then for civilization, I went and I found a pool table, and because I originally was going to use that for something that makes noise, I thought the sound of the billiards hitting each other was very interesting. But then I realized, like, with the people kind of talking and listening to music in the background, it would probably work better for the sound of civilization. So you hear a little bit of that, and then you also hear the student practicing his pool shot and the balls, like, colliding. And then for something that makes noise, I found a student pumping coffee into a mug, and it just made a really cool sound. So that is my People, Places, and Things project.